Hello, my name is Sarah Kesteva. This is a presentation about Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie was born on November 25th, 1835, in Dunfermline, Scotland, to Margaret and Will Carnegie. Will Carnegie was a skilled weaver, and the Carnegies were one of the working-class families in Dunfermline. There was a younger son named Tom Carnegie, and he was born in 1843. Because of hard times, the Carnegies left Scotland and moved to Algina, Pennsylvania. There was a Pittsburgh office telegram company that he worked at as a boy, where he was a telegraph boy. He was paid $2.50 per week, or $92 today. This is a picture of the siblings. This is Andrew Carnegie, and this is Tom Carnegie. The Carnegie Steel Company was a huge company in the late 18th and early 20th century. The company, started by Andrew Carnegie, was started in 1892 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The company was sold in 1901, which was one of the largest business transactions in the 20th century. The sale made Carnegie one of the richest men in history. This is a picture of one of the Carnegie Steel Company steel mills. This is a picture of a bunch of the steel mills that the company owned. It's a map of it, and it shows how big the company was at the time and how important and influential it was, especially to the steel industry. The Homestead Strike was from July 1st to November 28th, 1892. The Homestead Strike was a bloody strike that was between the workers and the hired Pinkerton security guards. In the end, there were 16 people dead and many others injured. The goal was for no more wage cuts, but that didn't happen. In the end, the result was a defeat, especially for the union workers, which was a big setback in the unionization for steel workers. This is a picture of the strike. This is a bunch of the soldiers coming in, and these people are the strikers or the workers at the mill who were striking. These are four of the big millionaires at the time, and we wouldn't be able to be where we are today without them. They are Andrew Carnegie, John D. Rockefeller, Jay Gould, and J.P. Morgan. Andrew Carnegie was the founder of Carnegie Steel Company. John D. Rockefeller was the founder of the Standard Oil Company. Jay Gould was a railroad exclusive. And J.P. Morgan was a financial investment banker. One of his things that he did, for example, is help finance railroads, which is a way that a lot of millionaires got their money. This is a picture of Carnegie Library of Washington, D.C. It's located in Washington, D.C., obviously. Carnegie donated many libraries all around the world. Some of the countries that have a Carnegie Library is the U.S., the UK, Ireland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Siberia, France, the Caribbean, Mauritius, Malaysia, and Fiji. There are 2,509 Carnegie libraries in total, including the ones in public and private universities that he donated. These libraries were built from 1883 to 1929. This is the picture of the library from DC, like I said. This is a picture of Carnegie and a quote from him about his philosophy, especially on wealth. Carnegie philosophy on wealth, of which is the extremely wealthy people have a duty to spend money to help the greater good. And the quote that is right here is, "No man becomes rich without himself enriching others," which is a big important part of his philosophy, which was wealth. Extremely wealthy people have a duty to spend money to help the greater good, because he believed in giving back to others, especially since he knew the hardships of the working person and wanted to help them and give back to them and give back to them. For example, like how he built those libraries. I completely agree with this, because as a person who loves to do charity work and donate to charity and spends most of my time doing charity work, it's such an important thing to give back to your community and help people who are in need. This is a political cartoon of Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie, and this is Andrew Carnegie. He's in his Scottish outfit, and this is a bunch of money, and he's pouring money back into the lands and the states, which goes back to his philosophy, which is that extremely wealthy people have a duty to spend money to help the greater good. So it's him giving back to the states and other countries, which is a very big part of his life. This is a picture, a family portrait of the Carnegies. This is Margaret Carnegie. This is Louise Carnegie, and this is Andrew Carnegie. A picture. Margaret Carnegie, or Margaret Carnegie Miller, was the only child and the heiress of the Carnegie fortune. This is she right here, like I said before. She was born in 1897, and she was born in New York City, New York. She was married to Roswell Miller Jr., but divorced later on in life. She had 4 children: Louise, Roswell III, Barbara, and Margaret. She died in 1990 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Louise Whitfield, or Louise Whitfield Carnegie, was an American philanthropist. She was born in 1857 in New York City. She was married to Andrew Carnegie and had a daughter named Margaret Carnegie. She died in 1946, almost over 30 years after her husband. Andrew Carnegie was a Scottish-American industrialist and philanthropist who died in 1919. This is a picture of a monument to Andrew Carnegie. It was built in Dunfermline, Scotland, which is where he was born and was the place where he was before he came to America. This monument represents his legacy and how important he was to the world and especially to the earth. Carnegie's legacy wasn't just the company he created. It was the wealth that helped establish many colleges, schools, libraries, non-profits, organizations, associations in his adopted countries, and many others. Like I said before, there was a bunch of countries he's helped, especially with his library project. Andrew Carnegie was a very important man who helped many people socially, and also he was helped America economically. Thank you.